So I've been living in East Africa for about 14 months straight. And of course, I've been coming to this beautiful country, Uganda, for almost 6 years. And of course, this channel is Kenganda, which bears the name of Kenya and Uganda into one experience. And one thing I have noticed, besides many of the positive things in this country, is that there is a lot of interracial dating, even more going on in Kenya. And who do you see that with? A lot of times, older white men, younger African women. Now, I got inspired by the residential tourists who also noticed this in one of their last videos, which is called Sex Tourism, Secret Love, or something like that. What's going on in Kenya? And in this particular video, they explained that they saw an enormous amount of relationships between these older white men and African women. Let's check it out.
So check this out. So here's the thing, right? It's not like we were looking for this stuff, right? So, as we mentioned before, we were very much excited and thrilled at the fact that they had like malls, very familiar and similar to what we are accustomed to back in the States, right? Even right here in Mombasa, which is actually where we started when we came to Kenya. But we began to see, like everywhere, seemingly in this particular mall, right? A particular relationship dynamic, I'll put it that way, right?
Yeah, because it was, this is the reason why it was alarming. Now, we're always on guard, especially when it comes to our sisters. And we're like, why do we keep seeing Santa Claus with these young women?
Beautiful, right?
Beautiful. Y'all see? Beautiful Kenyan women.
Beautiful Kenyan women, young.
20, in their 20s somewhere. Definitely in their 20s. Either be, I don't want to say teenagers, but
no, not teenagers.
Somewhere in the 20s.
Right. Yeah,
beautiful models walking around.
Right.
But this isn't the only time that we've seen this or even talked about it. There's a Nigerian TikToker who also saw the same thing.
Kenya, Uganda, and Burundi, East Africa. What is happening in your country? I know they don't get white Christmas in this country, but it is snowing heavily. You all love the white men. What is happening? Your mothers be telling you stay away from Nigerian men, stay away from Nigerian men, but it's okay for you all to be with the Santa Claus. Merry Christmas.
Now, in this next clip that went viral, here you have an older white man bragging about dealing with a younger Ugandan woman, and he's even encouraging more American men to come and do the same.
Lots.
Is it like white men or older white men?
So it's like, it's the older white men. Mm-hmm. Even my neighbor.
Oh!
Yeah.
No, you.
Hold on. Story time music! Talk about it.
Okay, so I'm chilling on my porch. It's a beautiful day in Kampala. Mm-hmm. And I see these
Say it.
3 girls go to my neighbor's house. 2 of them I knew. So they was just, as people do, as they're walking through, they look around at their surroundings. They look up and they go, oh, hey, maintain. And I'm like, now I've got 2 girls that I don't really know that well, but I only know them from my gigs. Now they know where I live. So one, I'm already annoyed. And they go up to this guy's house, recently divorced.
Okay.
So he came here married.
Was he married to a white lady?
Yeah, well, to a white lady, Belgian guy.
Okay. Belgian guys in Kampala too.
Yeah,
like, oh my God. A lot.
Got caught cheating. Wife left him. His
Right.
kids were with him as well. So he split up his family, and now he's just running. He's just running wild in Kampala. But I think he's 70 something.
What does he do?
He's a teacher. He's a French teacher.
Now let's get back to the residential tourists. One of the things that they noticed was that when these younger black women or African women are dealing with these white men, they notice that they're together, but these younger African women look very unhappy.
Every single time, these were older Caucasian men with these young, beautiful Kenyan women. So we were trying to understand what's going on. What's the deal? Now listen,
And when we say older, we're talking about the grandparents. age.
No, real talk, man.
Yeah, they 60 and up.
Really,
Canes.
really.
And the weird thing is, and what was starting to cause the alarm is, the girls never look happy.
It looked a little, like, yeah, not happy.
Not happy. Like they'll either walk ahead or walk behind. Very rare you see them holding hands, but you could tell they're together. Now Santa Claus looks very happy.
Stop calling Santa Claus. Offend some folk. We're not trying to offend nobody.
Y'all look like Santa Claus.
Listen, this is just
white beards, old, some with the big pop bellies.
But listen, this is
big pockets.
And that was the same thing that DJ Maintain, who also is on our Kenyan podcast, noticed about the same situation here in Uganda.
Well, my take on it snowing in East Africa would be, I think it's like Maintain said, it comes from a point of survival.
Yes,
because like this, you can't say older white men are attractive. I understand that some women who are attracted to older men, but you can see a certain girl with an old white man and you're like, is he even functioning in that? What is it?
You'd be surprised.
Do you know what the do you know what the telltale sign is though?
What?
So say like for instance, I walk into Cafeteria or Caramel or one of these type of restaurants and I see the couple, I see the older white man, I see the young Ugandan girl. I'll walk in and she'll make eyes with me and she'll do this.
They're guilty.
Yeah. If they look back at me and go,
Why should you feel guilty?
because
So then why is it happening? Now, of course, we definitely understand that the white man, whenever he comes to Africa, he does have an advantage. But obviously, this advantage is due to the fact that these young women in these countries have a lack of opportunity. And if they had more opportunity, you probably wouldn't see it as much. Now, you probably still would see it because you may even see it in the States, but you hardly ever see older white men and young black women in the States. But you do see it here, which is very indicative of the fact that these older white men would not have that opportunity in their respective home countries. But then it comes to this particular position where African countries simply must work harder on providing opportunities to its younger class of people, women included. And that is what I love about the Africa Free Trade Agreement. One of the things that's going to be happening in the Africa Free Trade Agreement as it's still being worked out is that younger women will be allowed to have focus in trade, especially through borders and getting into business in every sector, which should alleviate female poverty. But this is something that you see all the time. It's something that you're going to see if you're coming to Uganda or Kenya. I don't really know so much about Tanzania or Rwanda. I've only been there one time. But when you come here, you're going to see it a lot. I wouldn't be shocked by it. I wouldn't be, let's say, take it so personal because, there's nothing that you can really do about it. But at the same time, there's a lot of opportunities if you're a man and, you want to get married to a Kenyan woman or Uganda woman or vice versa. If you're a woman, you want to date a black man, there's not going to be an issue. But the reality is that I feel like these women are doing this because they feel that this is an opportunity for them to live a better life. And if we provide more opportunities to each other, you will see this number decrease. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode here on Kenyan. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.